Alright, so, how y'all doing boys? Hope you're doing well. Now, in today's video, we are back with more Festival Gotha showcases. Now, this time using them alongside Goddess Margaret. Now, we have used Margaret before with Gotha, with the Purgatory Barn team. We had the kind of triple fest stuff. I was kind of hoping just the fact that they were all festival characters that, just worked together. They didn't synergize very well, but using this team today, if you guys don't know what Gotha does, looking at this first skill here, we have a pulverized card, extra damage per orb on the character. Second card here is the Jack of Light card. For 2 turns, disables all skills of all enemies except Devos skills, disables skills which are ranked 2 or higher, and then decreases them at the end of the turn. So this would be the main reason why I use Gotha. But other than that, the ultimate here is the Blackout Arrow. Inflicts damage equal to 16% of the hero's max HP on all enemies, then deletes 4 skills from the pool of all enemy skills, and it doesn't delete ultimates, which is fair. And looking at the passive skill here, increase all allies' attack-related stats by 2% and max HP by 1% each time an ally uses this skill, and that stacks up to 10 times. So I don't feel like this will be the best team for Gotha. I still feel like you're definitely better running like a Gotha Amelia and then say Truth Seeker Melon or the Lolly Melon. But if you don't have one of those, I mean, Amelia is a pretty hard one to get. By all means, I'm hoping this holds up to it, but haven't used this team off camera yet, and yeah, let's jump right into it. And here we go, let's see a full Archangel team. Now, although I feel like the mono blue team isn't the most meta at the moment, I've definitely been seeing it a whole lot, which is funny to see. What do we want to go for first? I think we might go for this. The Merlin Effect card definitely gets a lot more damage at the second level. I do kind of want to hold off on it, just in case. But, Jack of Light we have to use turn 1 anyways. There we go. And one thing I'd also like to say about Lolly Melon is if you have I'd say even if you have Sariel, use them as an association. Melon gets so much out of that Sariel association. The extra crit damage is insane. Like if you can get a level 2 infect turn 1 and throw that off, you'll see, especially with the original Ludo on your team, the damage output is just ridiculous. What do we want to go for here though? Unfortunately we didn't lose the Jack of Light. I'd like to get a Merlin ultimate. Actually, we could go for the Gotha ultimate instead. I might actually do that. We also maximize card draw then by getting the merger on the Margaret cards. Let's see. I feel as if though we should be able to kill. Never mind, not even getting close. That Tarmiel, the Tarmiel stance is such an unbelievably strong card. Although I feel like I have my Tarmiel fairly built out, and when it comes to costumes and his gear and whatnot, he just doesn't seem to hold up as well for me. Maybe because I'm probably not using him with the blue gill all the time. But you can verse some Tarmiels and they can be absolute menaces, and his ultimate as well is by far one of the strongest ultimates in the entire game, especially when it comes to PvP. We don't have the... I really should have saved that Gotha card for removing the Tarmiel ultimate. I think we're gonna go for this. At least throwing the Jack of Light card out, you can't get the Margaret buff up, which also would, increase his Tarmiel's damage even further. I'm hoping we can tank this though. I really should have thought about that one. That's my bad. Still, I mean, I would say I'm still getting used to how Gotha works, but I've pretty much wrapped my head around it. I still do miss plays. That's just in my nature. Losing the Gotha ultimate, I mean, losing the Gotha ultimate isn't that big a deal. It doesn't do a crazy amount of damage, and although damn, Margaret really just got one tapped there. Although the utility's definitely good from it, it's not something you can see and be like, oh yes, thank God I deleted that card. I'm not really getting any game winners out of it, and I think I might just have lost this with the match with that pulverized play. Let's see though, gonna get both the ultimates here. If he doesn't have any Tarmiel ult gauge depletion cards, we may be able to pull this one through. However, he is going to be able to get off his Breath of Bless, which is going to be quite unfortunate. Can we kill maybe? Yeah, look. He's going to have the Breath of Bless up for sure. He's obviously been holding them the whole time. Can we get double I mean, we do only have the Lolly Merlin 3-6, maybe 4-6. I do believe it's 3-6. Only level 1 though. I'm guessing he has the 2 ult gauge depletion cards. Realize, no, okay, just removing it on Gotha. Very strange play there. Hoping he doesn't lifesteal a whole lot. Yeah. We can definitely get rid of you. I might throw this one out as well. Honestly, I thought this one was a loss, but the Melon ultimate can be quite strong. Not mine personally, but at max. Oh, never mind. Proved me wrong. We should be able to finish Tarmiel off. Once the Tarmiel stance disappears, this team loses so much value. But glad we could pull that one back, even though we did the massive misplay. And yeah, there's a blue gill in the back for you. Had to go get myself some water, but a super long loading time on that one, so it does look to be a real player. Margaret Escanor now. as of recent, I feel as if though Escanor has fallen off an awful lot. Do I want to go from turn 1? I mean, if we had like an extra merger on like one of these Lolly Melon cards, ideally in this matchup, if he has Death Pierce in the back, ideally you'd want to get rid of Escanor first. This should pretty much kill though. I might actually go for Infect first, just in case, due to the fact that I'm like 90% sure it's a real player. Could be using a Void Food because of the CC, had to make sure, don't want to fall for that. Gosh, I just can't get over enough how strong the level 2 Infect card is. Although back on the topic of water, was really looking to try some gamer subs. Now, I'm not sure if any of you guys have tried it in the comments. I'm looking for, I want to buy it all in bulk, that way I don't have to do it again, but let me know if you guys have, and like, if you'd recommend it, or like I know there are like other alternatives like G Fuel and whatnot, but I was like, hey, why not? It's just G Fuel, but anime. That's sick, right? As you can see here, the reason why I feel as if their Escanor's fallen off. What is that? 3 attacks, no crits. Now he's just gonna die for it. Like, there's literally nothing he could do there. What do I want to go for in terms of Margaret though? I could rush Gotha ultimate, could be pretty nice. I think I might actually go for that, yeah. Get the Gotha ult. It's not the strongest ultimate, but at least then we have a tiny bit more utility. Probably should have used the Breath of Bless first before like using the AoE card. That's right though, because we got the Infect anyway. But yeah, no, I will order the gamer subs sometime soon. I wanted to, like I said before, I wanted to order it all together. There was one of the cups I really wanted to get, and they're out of stock at the moment. So thinking I'm going to hold off until then. I think we're just going to go with the same play. Once again, like, Escanor being a unit that's fallen off a lot, just, I feel as if though you never see crits from him. There's so, like, there's nothing even stopping him, you just don't see them. And like, if his Holy Relic was to be 30% defense related stats, if you don't know what it does, it ignores 30% defense stats from all enemies. That's pathetic. If it was defense related stats, he would instantly be meta again, like, right at the top with everyone else. And like, other than that, Goddess Liz, with the release of Gotha, Gotha's obvious purpose being to counter Margaret, he just completely... Goddess Liz can't do anything more. Stops the shield entirely, stops the stun, so you can literally only use the like attack part of the card. We don't even really have to worry about... I mean, I'm gonna do it just in case. We're gonna get a kill on Escanor there, and then like we're also disabling the rank up from Gotha, which is insanely good. But Goddess Liz just can't do anything other than like the revive passive, which we proc turn 1, and there she's dead quick as there. The only bad stat of hers is her crit resistance, which at this point in the game is like one of the stats you have to worry most about. This Lost Vein, an exceptionally good unit year 1. Upon his release, he was probably like one of the first units to, if you didn't have them, you just weren't able to be in like that top part of competitive PvP. We should be able to feel like that, get ready to go through, and then we can kill the Lost Vein in the next turn. But yeah, now like he's amazingly built in the fact that, you know, he has a low crit resistance, and his passive works in the fact that that in turn makes him get crit often, and he ranks up his cards. But nowadays he's just too defensively weak that like you take that crit and you just, it is most of his health gone. We can easily finish him. Did we not just throw out an AoE? I wasn't really paying attention to the Lost Vein's health. I think we only hit him with the 1 AoE card, and that did most of his health. And this will 100% finish him, but obviously power creep's gonna happen. That's accepted, but I'm just so happy Goddess isn't meta anymore. And we're absolutely flying through these matches, and here we go, a team we might actually struggle with quite a bit. Does look to be a real player from the CC. Let's see though, this is like the Barn team is the one team Gotha doesn't do exceptionally well against. And the main reason for that is the Jack of Light card, which is Gotha's like entire shtick. The one reason Gotha is like insanely broken, doesn't really do an awful lot. Like besides like, yes, stopping the gift card is really, really good, especially in situations like this where, granted, you know, Escanor does have the lifesteal, but that's stopped by the Infect anyways. Barn needs that recovery from his gift. Well, he doesn't need it, but it helps out a lot. Like I said a second ago, we are still using the Infect, which would stop it. But like, you can't stop the Nameless Dance, you can't stop taunt cards with it, so that's whatever. And completely cleansing there. I think Barn has a cleansing part in his passive, but I've just never really wrapped my head around it. We could go for an ult rush on Margaret here. I think that might be our best bet. He hasn't used any Nameless Dance cards yet, so obviously he can tank this one with Arthur. But in turn, that removes all the ult gauge he got from his merger, so I am fine with that. And then once that's down, we can kind of start spamming Margaret cards. And if our Gotha gets any closer to ultimate, or we need the ultimate for Gotha to like remove it from Barn, we should be fine. But Yeah, gonna take quite a bit of damage there. Oh, did he just not rush? Okay. We'll go 1, 2, and 3. That should just about do it. Going for the Nameless Dance was definitely a better play there. Margaret with the... Oh, what's the triple crit chance? Sever. It didn't actually kill? Are you joking? There's no way. Margaret didn't kill... Okay. I would say this match is on me for losing, but there is no way Margaret shouldn't have killed. That's like 2-star Breath of Bless. She's a 3/6 ult, which granted, you know, she should still kill Barn. Okay, well, we're just about to get one tapped here. There's no saying otherwise. Merlin surviving due to the passive, but goddamn, these matches have all been really quickly, whether it's us absolutely flooring people or us just getting destroyed. And I was really looking forward to our first flawless video with Gotha, which, if you guys don't know what we do with the channel, we do 5 PvP matches depending on whether they're bots, anything. Kind of just if you were to play PvP, the kind of matches you'd get and expect. And I always do the 5. In rare cases where like we get like an instant forfeit, I'll do like a 6 or whatnot, but it's usually just the 5 matches. And I've not had a single video with this Gotha where I've had just flawless 5 out of 5 victories, which isn't saying Gotha's bad. I think it's more me just making misplays like that and relying too heavily on certain things, which Margaret should have killed there. I can't stress that enough. It's whatever though. Let's see what we do. Putting up the, like I said earlier, that Tamiel stance is just so ridiculously strong. Not much we can do though, with the Tamiel being like as weak as he is at the moment, just due to the fact that we got all that damage turn 1. We should be able to kill here. I'm gonna go for this. Actually, Jack of Light will kill Tamiel, hopefully, and then we'll go for that one. That way we get maximum damage out of the Margaret AoE. If this Melon card doesn't kill, I'm going to be surprised. Power Strike is extremely strong, and ignoring all the extra defense he gets there is super, super good. This team definitely synergizes a lot better than some of the other ones I've used. Like I said at the beginning, if you don't have Amelia, Margaret is definitely a strong pick, and I know that can be hard to say. Like, if you don't have this what's the word I'm looking for? Collaboration character, use this festival character, but I feel as if though almost everyone in their right mind summoned for Margaret. That was definitely the smart choice and what you should have done. If you don't have Margaret though, let me try and think. You'd obviously want Merlin or True Seeker Merlin. What would you go for if you didn't have those though? I'm just trying to think of like all the characters without actually bringing up them on the screen. You ideally want to use the other characters, in which there isn't like an awful lot. Like, Gotha is definitely an other support. If you probably don't have, oh my god, Gotha didn't kill anyone there. If you don't have those other characters, I'd probably say it's best not to run Gotha. I mean, there's probably a unit or 2 that I'm definitely forgetting about that are like very obvious and blatant that just aren't coming to mind at the moment. Other teams are like, all 3 meta teams at the moment are all very strong and like, are all very good. Margaret so easily counters Barn. Barn does an insanely good job at countering Gotha, and Gotha can just completely nullify Margaret. So like, none of them is like better than the other. Let's see though, that should do it pretty good. We got really good card RNG in that turn there. Actually, we didn't even have to remove the ult gauge because the 2-star blocks ultimates anyways. That's right, though. We probably could have killed Sariel there, depending on how the crits work. Yeah, no, we definitely could have killed Sariel there. That's alright though. But yeah, just depending on what kind of units you have in your box, I'd say recommend building a team on. Even though at the beginning of the video, once again, I said Escanor is like very unmeta, or he's like falling off a tiny bit, you can still use him as like a 4th back in a 4 CC. I still see the like odd Lost Vein in the back, which we actually saw on I think our 2nd or 3rd match, just cause people already have him built and have the CC. Granted, you know, if you're using the Barn team, you want to use something like Twiggo. Most debuff teams, you want to use the... what's the word I'm looking for here? You want to use the Zeldris, the Festival Zeldris in the back. Stuff like that, using this Rem in the back for unknown teams. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can use, or once again, you can just use CC. Zeldris does a very good job of being that kind of like half CC, half, you know, debuff support. He's like the only character in the game, I think, with the 22,000 attack stat. And my oh my is this match getting drawn on, and we are getting closer and closer to losing. That Elizabeth in the back as well, like the Goddess teams, is a very, very good option. I don't think I've done any showcases on that Elizabeth. I remember her coming out and like me wanting to get out a few. I Then in turn got my new PC and kind of like lost all my recordings of her, which was sad to say the least. This can stop the ultimates for another turn. I'm only just trying to think, like, how much longer can we hold off having to take these Margaret and Sariel ults? Yeah, it's not getting very good card draw either. I think this final one might be lost, which is unfortunate to say the least. I really thought this one was going to be an easy clap. It happens, what can you do? We can remove the Margaret and Sariel ultimates. I'd like to kill Sariel here. Oh, and there's the Elizabeth ultimate as well. Surely the Gotha ultimate kills. Once again, like, if Gotha at 6-6 has the same kind of damage as Barn at 1-6, so like there's a huge difference there. I'd probably say though, Gotha would be more OP with Barn's ultimate, but OP to the point where like it'd be unfair. Gotha being like a full utility character is definitely nice, and having the ultimate is nice. But removing cards, like, you just don't know what cards you're removing. At the same time, not often does your opponent have gold cards and not use them. Only situation I could think of that is like where a Margaret team uses their double rank up Breath of Bless, and if you would have ultimate in the next turn, you could then in turn remove the attack card. Other than that though, there's not like a whole lot of use. I'm really trying to hold this match in though and see if we can bring it back. If we can get rid of Margaret or Sariel, we could win this. That's just, we don't have enough damage with Rem on the field, and she's just about to die, so yeah, look. I'm not gonna drag this one on for you guys, let's just wrap up the video. There we go, and that just about does it for today's video. I mean, hey, definitely still a good team. I feel as though in some of these showcases I've been either getting like really unlucky matches or really bad card RNG, so definitely still top team you can use for Gotha if you have Margaret. By all means, like if you have a build especially, sometimes even you could replace this Rem in the back for like a Death Pierce if that gives you more CC, or even like once again, Zeldris or Escanor if that works for you. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please hit like button, subscribe, really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.